What up, what up, what up, and what up? Salute to my brothers.
Absolutely.
Gunner, what up?
Tad, what up?
My brother Tad.
What we doing,
Make
OG
sure you
Wisdom?
check out the OG Wisdom podcast. You know what I mean? We're in it live and raw from a Val Lagoon. Good show, my niggas. I love y'all.
Most of our leaders come out of organizations. You have to be a part of an organization to be an effective leader. But how do we determine if you're an effective leader if you don't organize the people? You can't just grab the mic or your phone, get on YouTube and say, yo, I'm a good leader because I think I'm a good leader. You have to have a track record of organizing people, setting goals and agendas and getting them done.
Yeah. Politicians I don't really like. Activism is different because, you know, you got a goal. It has nothing to do with politics. When you are an activist, you know, it's for your people.
Make sure y'all get ready to tune in to my brother, my big brother, Sis Kee Kfighter and Tad, new podcast, OG Wisdom. Better tune in to that. A lot of jewels, a lot of knowledge, a lot of lifestyle, a lot of street talk, a lot of hood tales, real stories. Check it out. OG Wisdom, Tad, Sis Kee Kfighter.
Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of the OG Wisdom podcast with me, your brother Tad, my brother Sis Kee Kfighter. And today we will have a very special guest. She's no stranger to the show, our sister Keisha. Brother Gutter, when you're ready, give me the thumbs up. All right. Peace. What's the word, Gutter? How you feeling, bro?
Ain't shit. My lighting still ain't good, so.
Nah, but the knowledge is still
right.
there.
Trying to get that right, that's all. Nah, because they gotta see how immaculate I be looking, cuz. Like, for real. Like I don't know, you know, they don't be bragging, but like, I'm 55. I look great.
All right, talk your shit, Gutter. Talk your shit. Let them know.
They need to get a full. You know, they need to get the full
view of the God.
Yeah, they got to get the full experience of this, guys. Like,
no doubt. Definitely want to shout out everybody who's here early. Shout out to Big Ma. You know what I'm saying? He's a good supporter from over at the Doggy Diamonds TV, Marge. Our sister Aruba, 927. Sister Leslie Dove, shout out to you. Brother Rich, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Shout out to those who's watching on YouTube, those who's watching on Instagram, those watching on the playback. Only thing we ask is that you like, subscribe, and share. If you find value in what we dropping over here, please share it. Tell a friend that we back again. Sister Keisha, when you ready?
How can you not pull up and not get no value out of fucking with us, man?
Say that again, Gutter.
Even if you don't like, if you don't get nothing else, you're gonna get a couple of laughs.
No doubt.
We got some brain dead motherfuckers that's all they want. So we provide that too.
Yeah, but we got the wisdom over here. And speaking of wisdom, we got the wisdom, Sister Keisha, also known as Sis Kee Kfighter. How you doing, Queen?
Good. OG Wisdom podcast. What's up, Tad? What's up, Sis Kee Kfighter? I see y'all.
No doubt. We appreciate you, sis. So I wanted to pick up because Gutter was dropping some jewels last week, you know what I'm saying, taught me something because I didn't even realize, you know, when the Confederate States bounced, it was illegal for them to do that. You know, I was of the assumption that they was already separate nations because I understood that states operated independently before, you know, they had to abide by the federal law. You know,
once the 13 colonies became the United States of America, all of them had to follow the federal law.
Yeah. So what's going on right now? We see that there's fires all over the place. We see the country's burning down. And I find it real peculiar that a lot of things are stemmed in fires. We see that there was a fire in the Bronx. We see a lady was set on fire. We see LA's burning. And what's really not being reported in the news is that one of Ghana's major marketing hubs was also set afire. And I saw a video where one of the sisters, she was speaking in Tree, but what she was saying is that the first truck that pulled up sprayed gasoline and not water on the fires. Do y'all find these fires peculiar? Have y'all been following them? What's your thoughts?
Give me
Sorry, Ted.
I know. Gutter fixing up. Gutter fixing up.
Okay. Sorry.
Still rolling up.
Go ahead. Handle your business.
Give me a second. Y'all do y'all. I need y'all commentary right now. So
Go
I'll
ahead,
be
brother.
able
Do what you do.
I know when to come in.
It's funny you mentioned that, Tab, because I believe the cultural meaning of fire is rebirth and transformation. And so, just put it all in context with everything that you've been seeing in the past year with the assassination attempts on the president-elect, not one, but multiple. You have to also put it in context with the fires that have been burning as far as Black people seeking reparations. You have to look at the fires that have been burning as far as Black people seeking a political footing in this country. You have to look at the fires that have been burning in entertainment, usurping some of the hidden secrets, if you will, are now coming to the fore. And so everything is a part of transformation. And from my understanding now, I am not a numerologist or anything like that, but just following, it is my understanding that we are due for rebirth and transformation in 2025. So again, this is just a pretext of what is to come. And again, when it comes to revolution, as far as Black people is concerned, we've always had the fire. You've heard our great ones tell you, that fire is in your belly,
Yes.
or the fire next time, So again, that fire is transformation and rebirth. And I believe that it is our time to take leadership, not just here in this country, but around the world. Because everyone, when you look at all the ethnic groups and all the ethnic wars that are happening around the globe today, we are the only ones that ain't involved, meaning those of us who reside here. When you look at our brothers and sisters on the continent, there are various wars that are happening now. There are tribal wars that have been happening for centuries. Again, we are the only ones who are not involved. So I just want all of us to put it all in a proper context. What it is that you're seeing now and everything that you've seen in 2024, are you prepared for rebirth and transformation? Because if you're not, you will be burned next. So, you better be on board for what's about to transpire. So this is nothing new.
Shit, we've been at war for here, well, but really globally, at least the past 400 years.
At minimum, yeah.
At least. That's the minimum. That's the starting point. You can go back further. Give an estimation from when they kicked the Moors out of Spain.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That could be that. That's that. I mean,
the act of war.
Yeah, I mean, it's because we are prisoners of war. You got to remember the first enslaved people that went into any of the Spanish colonies was the Moors. Right. Just like the first ones that went to the colonies in Great Britain came from Ireland and the Highlands of Scotland after Cromwell's War, where they invaded Ireland. You know what I mean? So, we've been at war. Black people, no matter where we come from. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, all of us originate from the continent, but we have been other places for so long that's our, like I spoke of, the Irish and the Scottish. They've been so far removed from Africa that's their homeland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what's happening with everybody around the world. We know life started in Africa millions of years ago, but they wanted to say the first Homo sapiens came in about 300,000 years ago. However they look at it, because they create the narrative, and it's on us.
No, it's not.
Change the narrative.
It's not they. That's just scientific. It's called
No,
logic.
right. It's science.
Not they creating where life
No,
starts.
I said the narrative.
That's actual fact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Narrative.
Certain things, fuck the narrative. What's actual fact is actual fact.
But that's my point, because we know they are.
But this is the thing. We have to stick to actual fact.
Right.
Instead of trying to create a false narrative off of a false narrative.
That's my point.
That's what too many of us are doing today, because we didn't took this nationalistic thing beyond the scope of where we supposed to be at.
And where's that?
And like, all right, we already know the CIA said the FBI said the biggest threat is the United Black people in America. And then the CIA brought that with the United Black people across the globe. So those are the two biggest threats to white supremacy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And the global majority, and I ain't even speaking about the non-blacks. I'm just talking about us of the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Of black people. You know what I'm saying? Out of the ethnic majority that's across the globe. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't just have blacks in Africa and America and the Caribbeans. We have them all over Asia. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you real quick.
So what I was saying is because the war is against us in particular. Blacks in particular, regardless of the space that you live in. Right. You know what I'm saying? So now we have to get back to the point where, you know what I'm saying, where we recognize all these differences, but we come together and unify. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got their own history, my nigga. Right. Every black person around the globe got their own history.
And that's what I was going to
go. Where our unity comes in is where we recognize where white supremacy threatens all of our individual cultures, no matter where we are.
Okay. So now my question to you, we agree that all life started in Africa, right? Based on science. So do we consider Asians and Europeans African, or do we say they evolved or devolved to another group of people? And with that,
I mean, everybody in essence, but we're talking about, we talking about, like I said, we have cultures that, like I said, I spoke on the Irish and the Scottish culture,
right?
Which is originally black. When that shit with the rebellion in Virginia.
Which one?
Bacon's Rebellion.
Yeah, Bacon Rebellion.
Where after they start changing, everybody from
the creation of whiteness.
Yeah. They created white people. Where a lot of those people that were indentured service, the Irishmen and the Scots, were black.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then it were also whites. It's been black people everywhere, my nigga. Well, that's the point that I'm making.
Right. We're not disagreeing.
That's the point that I'm making. It's like we everywhere. So even if we aren't African, we're black.
Right. But now, are all black people culturally the same?
Of course not.
So, because I agree with your point that we should unify under blackness. But now those who have the same cultural expression, though, got to get on the same page. Because I get what you're saying, and I'm not in disagreement with that. But there are steps we have to take. And if we put the cart before the horse, then we doomed. And a lot of times that's what we're doing.
This is what the rest of the global majority got to recognize. That the United States being the quote unquote superpower, they have to follow our lead to a degree.
Yes. Yes. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? To a degree, because our politics affects the world politics.
Because of our cultural influence. The influence we have in popular culture
Not,
as
not,
well as in the
I'm not.
revolution.
I'm not talking about cultural influence. I'm talking about from the standpoint of political power.
Yes.
This country holds the strongest political power. So if you're not on our program, then you're with the program of the person with the most political power.
Right.
It has nothing to do with our cultural influence, and I'm just talking about strictly for our liberation.
But no, I'm in agreement. But culture is a way of people's life, their behavior. It's the way they express themselves. Sister
Yeah.
Keisha, I definitely want you to chime in on this also, because I agree with you, Gutter. Not saying, but what we have to do, what I realize, is formulate steps that make it digestible for our people. Because a lot of times we give information that people never heard and they get lost, and then sometimes they get turned off. Me and Sister Keisha constantly talk about what can people do to walk off of the political plantation they may be tied to, whether it's political, Republican or Democrat. Sister Keisha, I want you to speak to that, because I'm in agreement with Gutter. I don't know if you agree or not. I don't see what there is to disagree with, but I want you to speak to the point he just made in terms of Black people taking the lead, Black people here in America.
Yeah, we have to take the lead. We have to take the lead because of our position in the world, not just because we are under American political system, but because we are the only group of diaspora and African folks who have not migrated in mass anywhere else. We are the only group. Having that position gives us a unique footing on our enemy on this soil, right? It gives us a unique footing. Because when you come from, let's say you came from Ghana and you've been living in the United States for 25, 30 years, you married here, you have children here. So, your family connection could be to Ghana, but your political connection would be here. So if you had an 18-year-old son, your 18-year-old son is not voting in Ghanaian elections. They are voting in this election. So again, we are in a unique position. Also, being in that unique position means we have to set specific ground rules. Looking at history, and I always say this, y'all better study the mistakes more than you study the victories. Because studying the victories and feel-good histories puts us in a trick bag. That's why everybody is on the sideline waiting for a leader for that very example. So we have to do things differently. Now, having this political footing and a historical reference, because every group outside of the United States has used the paradigm of freedom fighters here. You can go back to the 1600s and I can show you factual proof where the Spanish used rebellious tactics that enslaved Africans under the Dutch here in New York used. And this is from their writings, not mine. So we are in a unique position. So we have to set specific ground rules so that we don't fail again as we did in political movements in years and centuries past. So it's going to be hard. Like what I'm seeing now with this FBA footing, we have to go through this in order to set specific ground rules. Because if we don't, what happened with Garvey is going to happen again. What happened with W.E.B. Du Bois is going to happen again. What happened with Fannie Lou Hamer is going to happen again. Because there was no ground rule at all. We came in on a Pan-Africanist mindset, inclusive of an ideology that is not our own. Now we had sympathy or empathy, which allowed us to work in a group base. We can do that again, but the paradigm has to change because we are the ones who will lose the most. Why do I say that? Let's compare Black people who may live in places like Allendale, South Carolina. Now, you guys can look for Allendale, South Carolina on your own time, but this place is pretty much destitute. When you look at people who come from the Delta, these places are pretty much destitute, right? There is no public transportations in and out. But in a Pan-Africanist mind,
I definitely know.
yeah. So, but in a Pan-Africanist mindset, we have worked to better living conditions, to produce better living conditions for people around the globe that we have not produced for people in the Delta. So we have to change how we do things. And again, once people see what we can do here, what we're going to do here politically, it's going to change the game for everybody. Because we're going to show Black people around the world how to bring white supremacy to its knees without even waving a single bullet. Without waging a single bullet. And I think that's what Martin Delaney wanted people of his time to understand, but they couldn't grasp it.
Yeah, Gutter, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, one thing, we not gonna beat the oppressor if we making the oppressor know about any organization we create.
Correct. And that's why we cannot do it.
People just gotta do.
Right. It cannot be done.
Like we have a problem, especially us here. You know what I'm saying? Where we separate ourselves from each other in the struggle.
Well, I think that's
listen. No. I listened to something that I watched the clip that what's the name? The poetress Maya Angelou. She would say, "Yo, don't trust the middle class. They're gonna cross you." She said, "If you really want to do something, go get the people that they call thugs, because they don't have nothing to lose." So if you can get those individuals in the mindset of, you know what I'm saying, still do what you do, but when it's time to do the thing, do the thing. Mm-hmm. And we have to get back to that mindset. Because like I'm a street dude. There's too many street dudes now that don't care about issues concerning us.
Right. And you know what? Because I agree with Maya Angelou, and I want Sister Keisha to speak to this too. I came into the movement in the 90s with Dr. Khalid, Gutter. The things that I see, and that's why I say we can't rock with everybody, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because even in leadership position, leaders backbite one another. They don't get along. Very seldom do you see leaders and master teachers literally working together. Not since the days of Dr. Clark, Dr. Ben, Chancellor Williams, Amos Wilson. They all work together. Today's leaders, they're all about a dollar. And what they do is they divide the community.
I'm going to speak on that.
You know what I'm saying? And Sister Keisha's been in the movement longer than me. Sister Keisha, what has been your experience about trainers, traders, turncoats, and sellouts in the movement that were in leadership position? I'm not even talking about the people on the lower level. I'm talking about leadership. I need you to speak to that.
Well, first, let me just go back to something that Gutter said as far as getting the streets involved. Because without the streets, there is no movement, period. And I don't care what anyone tells anybody else. That's just a fact. How we get them on board and how to get them paying attention to this political process is because no other group of people is affected by judges than those of you in the street. You should be in the forefront of these judges who are selected because they affect your very life. How much time you get, if you get any time, when you get arrested, how you got arrested, so on and so forth. So that should be at the forefront. A wise man once told me, he said,
I tell your homies every day is like,
he said, even the criminal must understand how the criminal justice system works. You have to understand forensics. You got to understand policing. You got to understand what it takes to appoint a district attorney, All of these things are in play for anybody who is of the criminal element. You should know all of that, and that should be at the forefront to keep your business out of our business, if you will.
Exactly. And like, because I always been at a mindset, even when I was, wilding. I always been at a mindset is like, the ones us outside really got to be on it, because we already throwing bricks at the penitentiary. You understand what I'm saying? We already putting ourselves. Right. So why not be if you're gonna be a prisoner, you're gonna be a political prisoner as well. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Where you fighting for the people is like, yo, because you got to think about it. You in the streets, you taking from the people. Even though you providing for people as well, but you're taking from the people as well. No matter what you're doing, whether you scamming or hustling or slinging or robbing or whatever you're doing, you taking mostly from the people. Because even if you like me, when I was robbing, I'm robbing people that's in the street element, but they still the people. Even though I'm catching Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and also, but it was still the people.
Right.
Because we all, you know what I'm saying? Because when you dealing in the streets, the cultures kind of meld. You know what I'm saying? The Dominican, the Puerto Rican, Jamaican, Guyanese, all America, all that shit meld, because you're gonna have to in order to get money.
Right. Well, I think it's important that to go back
and the ones specifically of American extraction, whether they parents come from somewhere else and they born and raised in America, it's indicative that they become part of the struggle.
Right, but unfortunately, many of them don't, and
that's because we don't.
Let me say this.
We don't got an or else philosophy. That's why.
Right.
See, so what I'm saying is, if I was to run for office, right, and the people are backing me, and the people give me a political agenda that they want passed, that they want to know about, that they want answers for, if I don't give them what they put me in office, then we got to pull up. Now, I'm going to send Steve Gutter to go see your son in school, because apparently you don't listen. This is how other groups operate. I'm telling you this. This is why you don't see one of the biggest criminal groups in this state is the Russians. Period. Bar none. Now, they could listen.
And they small hats.
And yes. Now, how many times have you seen them shot in the back?
Never.
How many times have you seen police rushing their house? They all over the news and their kids being taken and put in social services. You don't. Why you don't see that with them? Why you don't see that with the Yakuza?
Because they gonna stand up.
Because they have an all else philosophy. We have to maintain the same. Or else. Yeah. If you don't do it, or else. Period. Period. See, Charles Barron ain't scared of y'all. He can talk that rhetoric for 30 years in office and ain't produce a goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? You didn't have an or else philosophy. David Dinkins,
that nigga be talking all that good shit. Ain't shit happening for Brownsville, East New York.
He ain't give you nothing. You see what I'm saying?
That's the 23rd district, right?
Yes. And you don't, and the thing is, the problem is we don't have an or else philosophy. You're not gonna do that with other groups. When Peter Liang assassinated a Con Gurley, did you not see the Asian community? Over 100,000 pull up at the Brooklyn courthouse? You ain't never seen 100,000 black men pull up at a courthouse because they boy just got shot in the street. What that's that? Nobody feeds you. Nobody feeds you. You have to have an or else philosophy. And until we develop that, we're playing with ourselves.
What do y'all think stopped that? Because there was a point in time where we did do that. As we know, Tulsa was centered around, the incarceration of a young brother, and the black men stood outside the courthouse. saying y'all not taking them out, and that led to the war/massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma, also known as Black Wall Street. And that's just one example. That's the most popular for the late.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
Integration.
Think so? Integration.
We didn't want integration. We wanted equity.
Right.
Because we didn't really care. Let's be honest. We didn't really care to be around palm colored people.
Nope.
We didn't. You know what I'm saying? We were forced to be in especially in the South. Why do you think people escape from the South, my nigga? Like, no, literally, no. People literally escape from the South. This is not a euphemism. You know what I'm saying? It was people that was trapped, and people had to escape to get away from being enforced laborers, which was basically still slavery. You see what I'm saying? So we didn't really have a big desire to be mixed in with them. It was only a certain segment of the larger community.
Right.
Yeah.
So why do you think the larger community went along with it?
Martin Luther King?
I don't know, because Dr. King didn't want that neither.
No, look, you got to remember, he said, what did he say? I think I fucked up.
Well, that's a letter he wrote.
That's after the fact.
But no,
but that was after 1957, my nigga.
What? That's when he wrote that letter?
No, afterwards.
Okay. Right.
Board of Education. Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Brown versus Board of Education. I'm not talking about that because he wanted desegregation. The liberal whites changed the language like they do today. Because Dr. King was all about reparations.
That's what he said. They tricked him.
Right.
All right. So who is the voice?
That's part of the letter.
Understand what I'm saying, Tad? And I'm not saying he intentionally tricked the people. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying, brother. But if he's the voice of the people through the media, who's everybody going to listen to?
Well, I know
he's saying what we want, but the people that was in office, which none of them was us.
Well,
think about it. How many black senators?
You would really blame it on Dr. King as opposed to the people?
I'm not blaming anything on him. I said the reason everybody fell for it was because the voice that the media put out there. That's what everybody went for.
And we still have Malcolm.
Listen, I give a perfect example.
I hear what you're saying, but it's not
the masses thought Kool Herc created hip hop.
I never thought that, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
The masses, Tag, come on.
No, I get what you're saying. But Gutter, you're not listening.
Like, stop. Like,
no, you're not listening. I need you to listen.
Personalizing it. You're personalizing it, brother. I said the masses.
Right. And that was my question. Why did the Gutter, Tom?
Yeah, the media.
Gutter, let's go to Tom. I heard you, and we got it. The masses, because that's then. Because my whole thing, and I really want everybody who's listening to hear this. The past is a beautiful thing, regardless of how you perceive it. And I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox. We can't change the past. My question is always, how do we move forward? What did we learn from the past? And that's all I'm saying. How do we move forward? What was the trick that they used back then to move us forward? Because when you mentioned Dr. King,
what I was saying,
I'm gonna give you the mic back, Gutter. I'm gonna give you the mic back. Because the one thing I've learned about Dr. King, one of the reasons why he was deleted, we know he was mistaken. Yes, we acknowledge the letter he wrote to Harry Belafonte. I remember that's one line. I don't remember the total letter. But I also remember Dr. King talking about reparations. I also remember him admonishing black people, talking about what I fought for was not for the black dollars to leave the black community. That's not what I fought for. He said, I bet you won't amen to that. I want people to really start putting things in proper context, because a lot of times when we talk about history, we'll grab a soundbite, we'll grab one piece, and we really don't unpack and unfold the whole thing. And while I got a mic, I'm gonna talk about the little nuances that may leave people confused. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not in disagreement with you. I'm not in saying that. I'm just saying there's another piece to it that I don't want to get lost while we move forward and keep the conversation going.
Don't take it out of context, because what I said is he's the voice that the media put out there. There would know they would know people from us within the political structure to cut all that other bullshit out. The shit they added. You know what I'm saying? Where they added white women as a minority. They added other people as a minority when all of this was supposed to be for Black Americans.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So now that's what I'm saying. He didn't push for that. You understand what I'm saying? But the masses voted the people that was like, yeah, that's what we want into office.
And we making the same
mistake. Gave them the power. Now, if we'd have just stood on what we stood on and not voted at all and just stood on what and boycotted and continue to boycott, that shit would have broke.
And that's where Sister Keisha comes in.
Because also that's when he started having them poor white people that recognized what it was.
Right, the Poor People's Campaign.
You know what I'm saying? But they was recognizing, it was like, oh shit, they playing us against y'all. You know what I'm saying? He waking some of them up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact still remains is, and it's not his fault. It's just that through his voice, we got hoodwinked.
Got you.
We got hoodwinked. Exactly. Same thing with Jesse Jackson. We got hoodwinked with that nigga.
Yeah.
We stayed, you know what I'm saying? But it's the thing is, and like not to denigrate our elders, but they had a lot of elders in their pocket.
Yes.
Not the white people. I mean the
black
fucked
elders.
up Negro. Yeah.
I think Big Martin,
especially in them churches, my nigga.
Yeah, they had the bootleg.
Especially in them churches. You know what I'm saying? They was selling us out.
Yeah.
And then you got to also understand is just like I said with Maya Angelou, the intellectual bourgeois niggas weren't comfortable around street niggas that was also intellectuals.
Right.
Because they know they know the street niggas know when you talking some bullshit.
And I think that goes back to what I was going to say, the point you was making earlier. I think with street dudes, those of us from the street stand on a different code and ethic because we know violation of certain rules could be the loss of your life. So we hold those codes and principles dearly. I think it goes back to what Sister Kee
we also really know what the police gonna do. Because we go through this every day. We know the police gonna crack your head when you do search. So what. You know what I'm saying? And also, they distance themselves because niggas wasn't too good with sitting there letting a dog bite them or getting sprayed without throwing some punches.
Right.
Look at 1965 in LA.
Well, we know. I think
as we off the car stop, the police hit him. What happened?
Yeah,
we put hands dead back on that cracker.
But I think we know because earlier, the early Dr. King, when he had what's our brother from Money, North Carolina, Robert F. Williams,
mm-hmm.
the head of the North Carolina chapter of the NAACP. He served
the defense dude.
Yes.
But
so we know Bayard Rustin, with his propaganda, to your point about the elders.
Yeah,
we can pinpoint who the elders were that swayed Dr. King off the track that he was on because they had their ulterior motives. Because he did have Robert F. Williams. Dr. King wasn't always about nonviolence. But to your point about media manipulating the voice, because Dr. King wasn't always like that. And then in the later years, before they knocked him off, he was saying, yo, you don't get the people what they want. The people you don't want to see are gonna rise and really take what they want. He said, so do it my way, because
in my opinion, and like I said, it's just if they would have all if we dudes, street dudes would have always been included. Because nobody, you know what I'm saying, want to really be in the streets, my nigga.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody really like this is, you know what I'm saying? You may love aspects of the life you live in. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to, like, no sane, like, because we do got some insane motherfuckers. No sane human being really want to be out there. We do have some insane people that really, like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I know I've been locked up with niggas like that. So we do have some insane ones.
Yeah.
But that's not even, because you got to remember, we're only 10% of our population. Right. You know what I'm saying? People that are really of the criminal, because you like all these people that got probation and stuff like that, a lot of them is not criminals.
Right.
They just caught doing some kid shit. Whereas if they was a white boy, they would have got a slap on the wrist and sent on their way.
A violation.
Yeah.
Paid his ticket.
You got to remember, the dude in the Bay Area, the white boy had a rape, and the judge gave this nigga probation. Right. This nigga had a straight rape, my nigga. And he said, I want to let you, I don't want to ruin your life.
I remember.
Straight Rizze.
Yeah. Yeah.
SA.
Yeah. I think what happens too, Gutter, I don't think it's, I'm be honest with you. Coming from the streets into the movement, I don't think it's people don't want to deal with the street elements. I think a lot of dudes from the street lack the discipline that it takes to really pull up, because some of this has to be stealth. You think of dudes in the hood, how noisy they are if they got beef with a dude. When I see such and such, I'm a knock him off. You
gotta think about it. I'm talking about real street dudes. Because a lot of these dudes that's doing that is not like, all right, I'm gonna rephrase that. Not street dudes. Because like you can be you know, from the hood, and you know street dudes, you a street dude. You know what I'm saying? But I mean the you know, the actual people of the element.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Of that element. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They are stealth.
Yes.
They not moving loud, my nigga.
And I'm be honest with you. They had no problem.
And then what they do is they teach anybody that's younger than them, that, because we all been loud at one time because we was teenagers. We didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? But as we learn, especially if you really are the element, you're going to learn how to pipe down. You know what I'm saying? If you in your element, yeah, you can be as loud as you want. But somewhere else, you have to be inconspicuous. We know this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we of the mind of, exactly, to move militant. When you move in militant, bro, we don't have no time to, like, I'm not really with talking unless we having a conversation like this.
Right.
If we pulling up to somewhere, all right, what's our agenda? I'm gonna let the people with the agenda tell me how to position myself. That's it.
And I think and that's why
if I have to like I'm only speaking when it's a meeting of us, a meeting of minds,
right,
where we're building. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, is like if I'm coming to an event, bro, I'm not like, my nigga, I'm not there for that.
Right.
And that's how we all, my whole shit is security. Make sure nobody is trying to do nothing to none of my people.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, because a lot of times we have this misnomer that and I don't know, maybe it's my experience from the 30 plus years of being in and around the movement. Like I said, when I was on Doggy Show, you know, we was talking to the Pan-Africans, you know, as long as I've been in this movement, I've been in leadership positions. And that's because of my dedication and commitment and my willingness to do what's necessary within the movement. One of the things I see, and I definitely got to get Sister Keisha in here. It's not the educated don't want to be around the street dudes, or the street dudes don't want to be around the educated dudes. That I would find hard to believe, because I've been around the country. I've been off the continent.
What I said was
No, I know what you said.
Street niggas.
Right.
Intelligent street niggas.
What are you saying? They don't want to be around intelligent street dudes?
Yeah, I've been around it, my nigga.
No, I'm talking about
damn near all my family is intellectuals on my mother's side.
Right. But I'm talking about, right,
so
I get
I'm
that.
Constantly around and family, you know, I'm constantly around those type of individuals.
Right. No, I'm not knocking that. What I'm talking about,
you know what
I'm saying is in the movement, not the families. I'm talking about within the movements. I'm talking about the master teachers, the so-called master teachers, the activists, those people. Because what you see in public, behind closed doors, it's a total different conversation. Behavioral pattern.
This is the thing is, what I mean is in public.
Right.
They don't, all right, because we didn't have conversations, Tad. Like you'll go to events and boo, 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 boo. Dudes be quick to get away from you. You know why? They can't talk the shit that they want to talk.
Shout out to Sucker Polite. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't talk the shit that they want to talk around you, because you're gonna check them.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Because like this, what I learned in the movement, we got a lot of intellectual bourgeois niggas that they'll talk a lot of shit, but bro, police oppress them and they'll fold. So imagine when one of these, you know, palm colored people that really want to hurt you press you. Cause they'll like, it'll be because what they'll do is a Spanish or a black police, they'll start with the brother. You know what I'm saying? I may start off with that, but I'm matching energy immediately.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how a street dude is gonna do. He's gonna match the energy immediately. Once you start coming on the tough shit, oh no, we're not having that. So what you want to do? That's when they start. That's when the folding start. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So how are we ever going to be able to stand up to somebody? You know what I'm saying? If you folding at first sign of contact, you know what I'm saying? And you don't got to be no tough dude. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't have to be no tough dude. Stand on what you stand on. If you know you're not with that element, stay away from that talk.
Yes. Or
get with some dudes from that element and learn from them.
That's with it.
Because the same way we gotta teach the younger homies that's wild and teach them discipline and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The same way we gotta teach dudes that's not of the element how to move when they dealing with people that really want to hurt you.
Right, when dealing with the real ops.
Yeah. When you dealing with these slave catchers, and then you dealing with motherfuckers that's just, especially these red hat motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They catch you somewhere where they deep, my nigga. It's on. Believe me.
Yeah. And I think I'm in agreement, because I always say certain places we shouldn't be out of bounds without, you know what I'm saying, being equipped to deal with any situations. Same way as we move from hood to hood. You know, you ain't going to Brownsville a certain way. So same thing when you're in the suburbs. Don't think it's sweet, because those the other folks.
But
you've been quiet. I want you to jump in this conversation, sis. Because you always got a unique perspective. For Sis,
I'm just listening because I'm in agreement with it. You know, a lot of people, for me being involved, and that was, you know, one of my biggest problems in the movement, you know, but, you know, somehow it led me into positions of leadership in these movements. But I always
you had to have more balls than these niggas.
I did, pretty much.
That's what you know what I'm saying? And we I don't like that's no knock on women being warriors. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it take a woman to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? But my nigga, you niggas is that much of like y'all that soft.
A lot of them are, Cutter, and you be surprised.
They too sassy, my nigga.
You be surprised.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, we not gonna get nothing by asking anybody anything.
Look, let me tell you something, Cutter. I'll keep it a buck. When me and Sister Keisha pull up, people whole temperament change, and we laugh because Sister Keisha from the fort. You know what I'm saying? So we come with that Brooklyn energy, whether we here. I'm laughing. I'm thinking about the time we was in Atlanta and Sister Keisha approached some folks, and in Boston, like we've been around the country wreaking havoc. But I agree with you, Gutter, and I can't wait till you hit the road with us because when you watch it, because we do have to organize, and that's why I got Sister Keisha here. I don't want to miss the point of why she here. We just don't need a pretty face on the panel. I want our sister to really talk about what's in the future for us. Because sure enough, as we talk about foundational Black Americans, whether people like it or not, there's a value in it. As we talk about moving forward, and it's like everything gets a resistance when it's new, because people are not new to it.
This is the thing. It's definitely a value. My thing is, we like within that, do more history, and then you'll learn more. You know what I'm saying? On and it like, and this is for the whole diaspora. You know what I'm saying? This is not just for FBA. This is for the whole diaspora because you'll learn how connected we are, and then we can stop all this dumb shit. But then you got some niggas that's white inside anyway, so we gotta just exclude them. We know them because some of them in our family. Come on, let's keep it real.
Of course.
Especially if a motherfucker is African or from the Caribbean or certain people in the South and Midwest. We got them up here, but it's easier to blend in up here. You know what I'm saying? But they stick out in them other places. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the ones I really don't really care to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't engage, like, just don't even engage with them. That's a European.
Yeah.
That's a white person.
Yeah, because they
don't even engage. Like, I don't, my nigga, for real, certain dudes, like, I wouldn't even engage with. You know what I'm saying? It would just be that if it depends on how I'm feeling at the time I see you, if I sock you or not. Nah, I'm just keeping tag.
Look, I ain't gonna disagree with you.
I don't.
Yo, I'm laughing because you're 100% right. And everything you saying, like we saw it all. In fact, Tommy Sotomayor went to Harlem. After he done talked all this stuff in Harlem, went to Harlem. Shout out to Baltimore. Dudes putting hands on him. Sonetta got mad. Sonetta got mad. Shout out to Sonetta. He got mad and was like, yo, those Dr. Such and Such people pretty much snitched.
Dr. Who people?
Dr. Mayat. Shout out to her. I don't want to put it on her. You know, it's just because she's from Baltimore. She's a big voice in Baltimore, and them dudes was from Baltimore. And he was saying those are
supposed to get hands put on.
Yeah, I'm saying, I agree with you, bro. That's why I'm laughing. But my thing is, right,
niggas like that.
Listen. This is what happened. We talk revolutionary talk, and this is the point I'm making. This is my whole point. We talk that shit, but when it's time to, no matter who it is, black, white, purple, or green, it's time to get dealt with. It's time to get dealt with. When he got dealt with, people was like, they was wrong. I'm like, how? He's disrespectful to the community, disrespectful to black women, and now he's in our presence. We supposed to let that ride? That's the sucker move. So I agree with you. He's supposed to get hands put on him.
Like it's certain
in the community who's supposed to be revolutionaries, you can't be a contradiction. If somebody's supposed to get hands and feet put on them,
not even a revolutionary. I don't give a fuck. nigga. If
No, but
you,
that's what I'm saying. That's what they post
if
as.
I don't give a fuck, nigga.
Not
If
this-
you around some nigga doing some anti-black shit and you don't say nothing, nigga, you need to get socked. Period.
I'm laughing at Sister Farnessa because that's what he said. You stole
Like
on
I'm
me.
saying, like I don't listen, cuz. Like I don't care. Like, come on, my nigga. Niggas supposed to be beating them niggas up.
And that's my point. But it's not
like
happening.
all these niggas. All these niggas.
It's not happening. Because look, we didn't even get into because our time winded down and we didn't even get
what
into
it is. It's what it is. Like, they not going to the right places where niggas is seeing them. Where the right people are seeing them.
Nah, he came to the right place.
Yeah, that's why it happened to him. But this is what I'm saying. It's like, but on a regular basis, you not catching these dudes.
Right.
Especially in those situations where you can really sock them.
Right. Because you know what it's gutter.
9 times out of 10, if you do see them, they got police, security, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, it depends on how I feel.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I feel like I can sock you and get away, nigga, I'm socking the shit out you.
And rightfully so. And that's the point. That's the point we making doing this work. Because as moving forward,
and I'm an old nigga.
Moving forward, and shout out to Knowledge Born Allah who's in the check-in. You know, he says something real profound. You know, we need rank and file. Brother Knowledge been doing this work for a long time. He said we need to deal. Oh no, that's Jonathan Johnson. I thought it was Jonathan Jackson, but shout out to Jonathan Johnson. We need to deal with ranking. Some people can't fall in line with position and purpose. And I agree with that 100%. You know, once we master the level of discipline and learn rank and file, then we can move appropriately because everybody with a mic think they actually a leader. And
Listen,
that's the problem.
This is the thing. Like I said, I know my position, my nigga.
Yeah.
I know what I bring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not, I don't quibble over, you know, I just like when niggas say some dumb shit, I'm saying something.
Now, you know how to move.
That's what I'm saying is like, I'm going to move accordingly until niggas say some dumb shit. Then I'm going to check you, my nigga.
And that's accordingly. Checking the dude is accordingly. It's all part of the course.
That's what, that's what, like, as I supposed to get checked if I say some dumb shit.
Right. You know, and we say that
I try not to do because I like to think before I talk.
Right. And we say that moving forward, we organizing politically. We're putting this, you know, Sister Keisha is working with a lot of people, and we're looking to really organize us as a people. Because what we see right now in 2023, 2024, what we saw happen with the conscious movement was crazy. You know, Sister Keisha and I was deeply entrenched. We was all over the country. We was doing fly stuff. In fact, Sister Keisha spoke at the African Union address here in Queens. You know, when Dr. Africana came here, they asked me to speak, and I said, "Nah, I got somebody more powerful." It was like, and the sister that knew me was like, "More powerful than you?" I said, "Watch." And Sister Keisha came in, and they loved it. They loved her because we do this work for real. So when we say FBA, people try to act like we denouncing our African ancestry. No, we're not doing that. But what I realized about the internet is the coward's playground because it's easy to talk tough. It's easy to just say stuff on the internet. But where's your boots on the ground? Where's your resume of work? And a lot of people don't have that. One dude asked me, what work did I put in the community? And I told him, if I told you my resume, you'd think I'm bragging because that's in the past. We talking about moving forward. It's 2025. Sister Keisha got some dope ideas that we want our people in the audience to be a part of. You know, we seen that 2024 was a horrible year politically. They say either pick shit or doo-doo. Which one you gonna pick? They gave you shit or doo-doo to vote for. You like, well, what's the difference? You know? And now it's time for us to organize. Make ourselves a voice.
Me looking at it, I'm saying probably the past 50 years.
Yeah.
That's how, you know, I've been alive since 55 years. So
and I was about to say, and that's only
I've been alive. That's how I've been for us.
You know, and that's older, but a lot of people aren't new to this information. A lot of people never heard this talk before. A lot of people don't even know what to do. And that's what they think big. And I'm of the mindset, like us three here, we're older, we're more seasoned. We're from Brooklyn, which gives you a whole nother demographic. You know, in Brooklyn, we age like dog years. We forced to grow up fast. You know what I'm saying? In Brooklyn. So by the time we 21, we got the knowledge of a 40 or 50-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to learn so much to survive and stay alive.
Well,
a lot of people don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like we got some dumb ones out here.
Yeah.
We got some. Ooh, we.
And I always say, where would the people go to get this?
I'll be wondering, but that's what I'm saying is like, I know one is our educational system, because all they teach motherfuckers is to be workers. You know what I'm saying? That's why when people talking about all that STEM shit, blah blah blah, they never wanted that. Because why would they want you to be able to create your own shit and get away from it? That shit don't make no sense to them.
Yeah.
That we looking at it, we look at a lot of we look at a lot of shit the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as the larger community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because people expect a system that been oppressing you since you've been here, or since its inception. Because some of us been here before they got here. You understand what I'm saying? But since its inception, it's been towards wealthy white men. So that makes it an oligarchy. You know what I'm saying? And we, for some reason, we think the political groups that come out of this system is going to benefit us in any way.
Right. And we have to change that paradigm. It's
2025. We've been getting tricked for too long.
And that's what we're here for. That's why we're here. That's why we have to give our unique perspectives, and we still have to give the people a foundation and a frame of reference, because our folks are lost. And the more time that goes by, the more lost they get. Because look at the state of our community now. Sister Keisha is doing some fly stuff. And Sister Keisha, tell the people how they could divorce their political party right now.
Sure, you ain't even got to leave your house. Matter of fact, I don't beg for nothing. I'm not a beggar, but I am begging you. Do me this solid. Go to vote.org and change your political affiliation from whatever party, whether you in the Green Party, Democrat Party, Republican, I don't know. That's your business. But change your affiliation and register as a non-party affiliate independent. Period. Because when you do that,
party affiliate independent, not the independent party, right?
Correct. There is a difference.
Yeah, that's an actual party.
Right. There is an independence party. What you can do is remove yourself from Democrat or Republican parties and re-register as a non-party affiliate independent with a T, not a C. Okay, with a T. Because when you do that, you mess with these folks' money, the Democrat and Republican parties, because let me tell you how it works. If Tad was to run for office under the Democrat Party and Gutter runs for office under the Republican Party, and let's say they win their party's primary, Tad won and Gutter won, and they are now the two running against each other. As they continue to raise funds for their campaign, the state or the federal government matches their funds. So it does not do us any service to not just vote for either of these folks. When you not vote and you're still a part of the party, they're still getting money off of your back, right? They're still counting you as a part of their numbers. We have to remove ourselves from their numbers. And in doing that, in certain states, not all, but in certain states, let's say all Black people took themselves off of these two parties and re-registered, as I said. Tad, myself, and C. Gutter can seize local offices without running a campaign. We can go in as write-in. In this state, we can. So just imagine if I live in Hakeem Jeffries district, right? And let's say we had a write-in vote to put me in to seize his office. And we have a write-in vote for Tad to seize Chuck Schumer's office. Without running a campaign, that's how you move stuff politically. Because they're going to be like, where the hell these people come from? Who are they? Why are people writing their names in? Who are the people that are, everybody who's writing their names are, we're not affiliated with any party. So what we've done was we've told the state, well, you do not represent us. We are full-fledged independents, and this is our modus operandi of how we want to put our candidate in office. They have to concede, at least here in the state of New York. They have to concede, period. So I don't care how much they want in a primary, because we wouldn't be in a primary, period. In a general election as a write-in, Hakeem Jeffries could be leading the pack, but we'll come up behind him stealth and I'll steal his office. Now, when I steal his office, he is appointed chair of various federal committees, right? One of them being Ways and Means. Do you know what Ways and Means is?
Nah.
You know what that committee decides where all the federal money is spent. That committee. Let's say C. Gunner has a marijuana farm in the Adirondacks of New York. And he has a particular plan where he wants to only hire formerly incarcerated youth, ages, 17 to 25, right? Now, because I'm ahead of the Ways and Means Committee and I sit in the state, to go through the channels to say, well, I'm going to give C. Gutter, $100 million so he can make this happen. See, y'all don't know the organizations that Donald Trump is affiliated with, the organizations that his daughter is affiliated with, the organizations that his son-in-law is affiliated with, in particular Israel. And they getting money left, right, and center. And nobody can stop them. Nobody can stop them because they have a pact. Black people in America do not have any political pacts. None. So if we take ourselves from the road, we now form our own political pact and we stealthily put people in positions of power in local offices. Now, let's say we had 2 or 3 people in the districts, maybe one in the Bronx, maybe one in Queens, and one in Brooklyn. The political statutes, they would say, well, wait a minute, you got 3 independent candidates who seize 3 key offices in your state. That means your state is no longer predominantly Democrat. Because we've already seized the 3 top offices, right? And in those 3 districts would give us the majority. Chuck Schumer's, what's her name? Gillibrand and Hakeem Jeffries. We can seize it easily. If you want to take control of city government, immediate actions on reparations, immediate comes through the controller. Let's seize these councilmanic districts. Let's seize these seats as independent non-affiliates. We can do it, but we're going to need all of our Black independent political media outlets to push this agenda. And that's what I'm reaching out to all of these people and talking to them about, because it can't just be me. I wear different hats. So if I'm not available, if we have workshops and I can give the formula to C. Gutter or Tad or Sister Tam or whoever, they can do it. We need to permeate throughout the country, not just here in New York City. So that's why I was reaching out to people in California, in Georgia, in Colorado, because we have to circle the gamut and we have to do this stealthily. And I think we can do it because of what I saw with the Freedom Party and what we were able to pull off just here in the state, I think now is the perfect time because we have so many independent Black political, media outlets that we don't need ABC, NBC, and CBS anymore. We don't need CNN. Back then, they kept our voices quiet. We didn't have the avenues that we have today. Today, I can go on OG Wisdom Podcast. I could call Knowledge Born Allah. I could call Doggy Diamonds. I could call Dr. Ma'at. You see what I'm saying? We can permeate our message now the way we couldn't before, which should make it easier for us to take possession of these local offices.
Yeah, we just got to get more people to tap in with us.
And that's all it takes.
That's all.
We done ran over our time, and it's this always a dope conversation, you know. I definitely want to thank everybody for rocking out with us, you know, our usual suspects. Gutter, any final words before we peel up out of here?
For any of the people out there, if y'all see any one of these dudes that ever violated the people, like let a cracker say some foul shit around them and they ain't do nothing, sock they ass right in the face.
No doubt.
And if a white dude say the wrong shit, sock him in the face. Stand on everything. That's what I think is the problem. Is like, yo, dude, I ain't gonna let that shit affect me. Cause you know, I understand from certain dudes, you know, dudes got felonies and shit like that, and they know the white dude, but fuck that. Punch that nigga in the face. Fuck that.
And then run.
It's Taz. Me, I'm kind of too old, so I'm gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? I'm too old. I got a bad knee too, but I'm fucking that nigga up.
Anybody who's listening that is in law school, that is going to college for whatever political science, please reach out to Thorough Black Talk. We definitely need you on deck. One of the things that I am struggling with to attain, and Brother Ray mentioned it in the chat, is legal representation. I know Black attorneys are so fearful of this system. They are a bunch of suckers. Seriously. And that's a huge
money.
We have to have legal representation. I have my own personally, but for what I need, this is not her discipline. So we definitely need some legal geniuses on deck. So reach out to me.
We need some black criminal attorneys, man, for socking niggas in the face. Period.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out the BK William Mackey Study Group, the History Club on YouTube. Shout out to our brother Ray, BK William Mackey Jr. History Club. All right. You can follow them on YouTube.
If you young and can tear ass, punch him hard as you can and tear ass. That's all.
And follow Thorough Black Talk Worldview on YouTube. Also go live every Thursday. All right. So family, we definitely want to thank y'all for rocking out with us.
If you're a black woman,
and
a nigga do some bitch shit, smack the shit out of him. Nah, all like, yo, I'm definitely 2025 all bitch assness within the black community is I'm assaulting it, like assault on bitch assness for 2025. That's my slogan.
Look, Sister Keisha,
all bitch assness.
We ain't had Gutter with us on the road, boy. We the office.
And I'm gonna like before I put hands, I might start ranking on a nigga because you know I'm gonna be roasted, so I might start snapping on a nigga first. I'm gonna rank on a nigga and then beat him up.
I had to step in so Sister Keisha don't put hands on folks. I'm like, look, it's a long run to Brooklyn from Boston. It's a long.
All you trinket wearing, big bracelet wearing niggas. Don't think because I'm old, you cannot get these hands, my nigga. I don't care nothing about all of the crystals, none of that shit.
Copper chains, Gutter.
I don't care nothing about none of that shit. You violate my nigga. Niggas is all bitch ass must be.
Yo, family, we definitely want to thank y'all for rocking out with us. Catch us back here next Sunday. Again, shout out to BK William Mackey History Club. Shout out to Brother Ray, Brother
Shout
Big.
out to everybody that joined, man.
Shout out to our brother Knowledge Born Allah.
I'm
Shout out
feeling
to everybody doing their thing. Big Moss, Leslie.
kind of nice outside for the winter. You know what I'm saying? The sun is shining. So, you know, enjoy what's left for the day.
Tia Monique. I just want to thank everybody who rocked out with us. Sister Farnessa, I think I already said you. Sister Farnessa, EP, brother.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
I gotta get the ring light to make my shit look more professional. I need the background too, my nigga.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna work on that when I see you.
Yeah, I need the background. Let me look special like you. Come on, man. Like, yeah, put me in the game.
That's my halo.
Put me in the game, coach. Yeah, I'm about to go cop one of them. The ring light, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm about to go cop one of them. I'm about to put that together. You know what I'm saying? Next week, I'm trying to look professional, my nigga. Come on. Let me look sexy.
Everything.
Come on. Can I for real? Like, you know.
Family, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate all the love and support. We rock for y'all rocking out with us. So y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay true. And we catch y'all next Sunday. Peace. All right.